Games at Riot are constantly evolving. New stories, characters, gameplay. It's a lesson in iteration and adaptation. Eat your heart out, Charles Darwin.
Got a bright green?
Wow, there's RGB if you really want to get crazy.
Oh yeah, let's. Here's Andrew Yip, Legends of Runeterra, and Andrei Van Roon, League of Legends.
Some of the ways in which Legends of Runeterra have been successful were actually really surprising. We've really taken an approach of experimenting with a lot of different things and seeing what resonates with our players. One of the sort of primary modes that we released in Legends of Runeterra is something that we call labs, which is quite literally us doing experiments that we think are going to offer value and fun and engagement for players. And then we release Lab of Legends.
Professor, think you can help me iron out these last few wrinkles?
Of course, my boy. What seems to be the problem?
A lot of players really love Legends of Runeterra because it serves to extend and broaden the League of Legends IP.
Certainly working on LoL for a long time, we've had a lot of players wanting a broader cast of characters to engage with, and we just don't have the canvas for a lot of that.
Yeah, we have infinite canvas.
Yeah, I mean, to flesh all that stuff out.
Right. The hope is, I think, that we create this feeling of there's always something waiting to be discovered, and it's always changing.
The preseason in League, it's our biggest time of the year in terms of gameplay changes. It's when the competitive scene, both pro and regular players, ended, and so we're going to roll out a bunch of updates to the game rules, new items. In the past, we also tried mixing some of that stuff in through the middle of the year.
Right. Yeah, there used to be a mid-season thing.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah,
and got pretty clear feedback from players that was actually too disruptive to the experience.
Oh, interesting.
And some of it's also that as our players have got a hell of a lot better at the game over time, what optimized play looks like has changed a lot. There are a few different angles, though, we're sort of trying to hit somewhat differently to what we did this year. The first is probably just the sort of overall complexity of the kits. We think those have crept up a bit too far.
I saw August post a meme.
How it started. How it's going.
Of course, there's just general game needs. The sort of ideas can come from oh, this is a cool mechanic. What theme would make sense with this mechanic? Mm-hmm. That's actually been one of the reasons why we explore single player. Sometimes it's because when they say single player, it may mean, hey, I want to see more story. I want to see more of the world. I want to see more of that linear narrative. Mm-hmm. But sometimes it might be, hey, I get beat up a lot in ranked, and when I get home, I just want to relax, right? To discover the answer, we kind of have to do a little bit of experimentation in all of those directions.
There's an awful lot of feedback. The Sentinels event, the Ruination. I think there was a bunch of fun stuff in there, but at the same time, we didn't completely land the tone, I feel, in terms of exactly what players were looking for from a really big, epic experience. I think it does help that that all that feedback is coming from a place of passion. A player who just doesn't care, they've left the game.
Right.
The player who is angrily yelling at you, they want to be playing, they want to be engaged.
Right. When a player's tilted and swearing at you, it's because he loves the game, or he wants to love the game.
When it goes wrong, I also remind myself, hey, thankfully we patch the game every 2 weeks.
Yeah, right.
It's not like we get one shot at this.
That's so funny that that's your reaction, because my reaction is usually well, at least I'm not a surgeon.
That's pretty similar.
Those two are a real riot. See what I did there?